Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. Welcome. Let us all be grateful for the capacity to see, to hear, to feel, and to understand. Let us be grateful for the incredible gift of life, and let us be especially grateful for the ties of love that bind us all together as one, giving us dignity, meaning, worth, and joy to all of our days. This is indeed a glorious day. Let us rejoice in that, and let us count our many, many blessings. As we lift into the loving that joins us all together as one, let's surround Amber and Justin with our love, with our prayers, and our best wishes for them on this day of celebration and throughout their future journey together as husband and wife. We've all come here today because of one very simple reason, because we love Amber and Justin. We rejoice that they found each other, and that through each other, they've come to know a power of love that they've never known before. Although this is their day, it's also a tribute to all of you, because knowing you and interacting with you has helped to make our bride and groom who they needed to become in order to find each other, and they would like to say thank you for that. You folks hold a place in their hearts that's reserved for those that they choose to call family and friends. At this time, I ask, who presents Amber to be married to Justin?
Her mother and I.
Okay. This is actually happening. So let's start with a big deep breath. Just clear the room, everybody. Feel better? Okay. Take each other's hands, make it look like you're about to get married. We all know we like each other. You know what? Let's change this. I'm going to go this hand to that one, this hand to that one. Perfect. Now the way that you're just taking hands, your arms are now creating the figure 8. When you take the number 8 and you turn it onto its side, that's where you'll find the symbol for infinity. The hands you're holding right now are those of your very best friend, young and strong and full of love for you. These are the hands that are holding yours on your wedding day, as you make the promises to love and to care for one another today, tomorrow, and forever. These are the hands that will work along with you as you build your future together. These are the hands that will hold you whenever fear or grief might come your way. These are the hands that will provide you with the support and the encouragement that you need to be able to chase down your dreams. These are the hands that will hold you tight whenever you struggle through a difficult time. These are the hands that are going to take care of you when you're not feeling well. And lastly, these are the hands that even when elderly and wrinkled, are still going to be reaching for yours. Now, the essence of this commitment is the acceptance of one another as lover and partner, companion, and friend. A good and balanced relationship is one in which both of you give your love to the other person freely and without any control or any jealousy. Ideally, it's all about the sharing of responsibilities, of hopes, and dreams. In coming together in marriage today, you are making the promises to love and to care for one another for all of your life. But you are also making the promise to make the other person's dreams just as important to you as your own dreams are. After this ceremony, you will be husband and wife. But it is okay, and it's very much encouraged, that you take the time every once in a while and act like you are still boyfriend and girlfriend. It is important that you continue to date each other, that you go on spontaneous adventures, and that you do those silly, flirty kinds of things that will keep your relationship exciting and alive. Justin and Amber, there will never be a day that you will be too old to flirt with each other. I'm going to say that again. Justin, Amber, there will never be a day that you will be too old to flirt with each other. To everyone here that is married, I say to you as well, there will never come a day that you will be too old to flirt with each other. So make it fun, make it memorable, make it entirely your own. At this time, I have a little surprise, and I'm going to ask that Amber's mom, Mary, and Justin's mom, Beth, would you ladies please stand for me? Flowers are the messengers of our most profound and intimate feelings, and as gifts they're capable of expressing all shades of passions. The rose is especially noted, as it has been known for thousands of years as being the flower of love. The giving of a rose has always been an unmistakable way of saying I love you, and today they would like to present these roses to you, to say thank you for your love, for your support, and for your encouragement throughout their lives. Simply put, if it wasn't for you, this day just wouldn't be possible. Stay together. one step towards me. A little bit. All right, and then you go one step forward. We're just centering you for the photos. How much do we all know about Amber and Justin? The fact that you're all sitting here today as they join their lives together in marriage, well, that means that you should know them pretty well. Unless, of course, one of their friends brought you along on a date, and if that case, your name appears on the guest list as +1. And for you, you're probably wondering, how soon till we get to the cocktail hour? I promise I won't hold you for too long. So for your benefit, and the benefit of everyone else here too, let's share just a little bit of the story of Justin and Amber. First, there's a detail that needs to be disclosed to everyone. Everything that I'm about to tell you was gathered directly from Amber and Justin. I asked each of them a series of written questions. They were both instructed to respond individually. They were not allowed to help each other, and they weren't supposed to discuss their answers. Another thing that I should mention, neither one of them has any clue what I'm about to say. So this is going to be just as new to them as it is to you. Ready? Here we go. Unlike most fairy tales, Amber and Justin first came into contact with each other during a high school math placement exam. It was 2010, and Justin admits that he had a huge crush on Amber the moment that he first saw her. I would take a year for them to make acquaintances and then become good friends before Justin bit the bullet and asked Amber on a date. Amber said that Justin's mom was a bit skeptical when they decided to declare themselves more than just friends, as she was worried that any blossoming young romance might ruin the very good friendship that they had already established. I guess since we're all sitting at their wedding, those fears can now be declared moot. I asked them about their first kiss. Justin and Amber both admit that things didn't go quite as Justin had planned. Amber stated that their first kiss was at a high school dance, or at least they think that's where it took place. Justin concurred. High school dance, sophomore year. Justin was so nervous and eager to kiss Amber that when he made his move, Amber was completely unaware. It was a near miss. It landed on her cheek instead. Amber said, quote, "He went for it so fast and without any warning. I had no idea what was happening. I wasn't paying attention. I turned my head just in time to get our first smooch, swiped across the side of my cheek. Realizing what was going on afterward, I eventually made sure we corrected the second one, but that was our first, and I'm sticking with it." I asked them both to describe some of their most memorable dates or moments. And since they have such a history together, I knew that we were going to get some good tidbits, or tea, as some people like to call it. One event that Justin described was a camping trip that they took together to Assateague Island. Quote, "We were camping on the beach. We had just turned 18 that year. Gorgeous sunrises with the whole beach to ourselves. We were bonding over braving the elements, cold nights, hot days, and trying to keep the local free-roaming horses from getting into our provisions. Neither of us cared much for horses. We were there to be camping on the beach. It's safe to say, though, that at 3 a.m., when the horse decided to whinny and scratch the outside of our tent, it will continue to live in our nightmares forever." He also described the night of Christmas Eve during the COVID pandemic. This was especially important to him since he's always looked forward to Christmas Eve and the 7 fishes, more than any other day of the year. He was really bummed that for the first time he couldn't celebrate with his family due to the quarantine. Amber knew that he was bummed about it, and she went entirely out of her way to put together a special little party just for the two of them, with the food and things that he'd always looked forward to. He admits that he was genuinely touched by her thoughtfulness and her efforts. Amber's description of some of her favorite moments was very touching to learn. Let's use her exact words. Quote, "Some of my favorite moments are honestly just the little everyday things. Watching a thunderstorm on our back porch, drinking coffee past noon on a sleepy Sunday, making dinner together in the evening, watching a movie on our couch with our cats snuggled up on our laps. These moments may seem simple from the outside looking in, but the feeling of genuine peace and happiness that I still get to this day makes me think this is a feeling that some people might spend their whole lives chasing, and I get to have that now, and I try not to take it for granted. My next question was, who said I love you first? They both remained pretty tight-lipped about it. Amber said that saying I love you first was a milestone that she could claim for herself, but she wouldn't give any further details about it. Justin said that saying those words was quite mutual. He also admitted that he believes he was the one that very awkwardly and painfully instigated that conversation, and then no more else was said about it. The next thing I asked about was the proposal, and once again, they did not leave me disappointed. It was October 20th, the night before their 10th anniversary. Justin's actual plan was to propose on their anniversary, but the nerves were getting to him, and he absolutely had to get it over with if he was going to survive. He popped the question on the beach in Brigantine just after dusk on the night of a full moon. They were the only people on the beach. Justin even made the ring himself, learning the art of silversmithing just for the purpose of making her engagement ring. He even made a wooden box to hold it. Amber said that it was very much a surprise, adding that Justin is not very good at keeping secrets. She believed that he would do something that she would notice, but he caught her entirely off guard. She also added that after popping the question, she immediately started attacking him with hugs and kisses, but that she hadn't explicitly said yes to the question. It was freaking him out a little bit. So after a few seconds, he asked her, "So, is that a yes?" I'm safe to say that it was. Moving on, I asked them to describe the other person using only one word. I asked them to tell me some of the things they love about each other, and just for fun, I asked them to tell me one thing that the other person does that gets on their nerves. Justin's word to describe Amber is kind-hearted. He said that he cannot recall a single time when Amber had been cruel or mean to anyone. He said that there is true beauty and kindness in her soul, and he also loves that they are both creative in their own way. He said that he feels a great connection when they are able to work together on projects. The one thing that gets on his nerves, she can play on his emotions just a little bit, especially when it comes to making decisions. And yes, he's told her about it. Amber's one word to describe Justin is steadfast. She said that he is her rock, that he is a source of steady, unwavering support and loyalty. She loves that Justin is truly her best friend. She added that she doesn't believe that soulmates are born for each other, but that they can be made for each other, and feels without any question at all that they have grown to become each other's soulmates. The one thing that gets on her nerves is that he needs to stop being right all the damn time. Or at least stop being so smug about it. Now that all of the hustle and the bustle of wedding planning is safely and permanently in their rearview mirror, they're very much looking forward to settling into their new roles as husband and wife. They plan to spend lots of time at home and to continue to tackle their bucket list of home improvement projects. Amber also said that one of her goals is for them to see the world together. As I mentioned earlier, this relationship is not like anything that we hear of in the fairy tales, and that is completely okay, because human relationships are not like what we read in the fairy tales. And while it may be true that this story didn't start with the words "once upon a time," I certainly think we can all agree that it's headed in the direction of "and they lived happily ever after." Now let's do a little bit of marrying. What do you think?
Let's do the thing.
Okay, I'm going to ask you the big important question. It's a little bit long, so you're going to have to bear with me as I get through it. Then you're going to hit me with that "I do." You ready for this? All right, I want you to take a real big, deep breath. It's your last one as a single man. Okay. Justin, will you take Amber to be your wedded wife, to live together in the bonds of marriage, to love her, comfort her, honor and keep her, and forsaking all others, remain faithful to her for as long as you both shall live? I do. Amber, will you take Justin to be your wedded husband, to live together in the bonds of marriage, to love him, comfort him, honor and keep him, and forsaking all others, remain faithful to him for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Amber, are you sure?
Yes.
Do this. I'm going to look in your bride's eyes. I'm going to repeat it. There we go.
I, Justin, choose you, Amber,
to be my wife.
to be my wife.
From this day forward,
From this day forward,
I promise to love you,
I promise to love you,
to honor you,
to honor you,
to respect you,
to respect you,
to support you,
to support you,
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
I, Amber, choose you, Justin,
I, Amber, choose you, Justin,
to be my husband.
to be my husband.
From this day forward,
From this day forward,
I promise to love you,
I promise to love you,
to honor you,
to honor you,
to respect you,
to respect you,
and to support you,
and to support you,
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
May I have the rings, please? Sorry, I've got one before you. You did it. We're good. Mission accomplished. Justin, you're going to take this ring and you're going to place it into her left hand. And as you do that, you're going to say the magic words. The magic words are, "With this ring, I thee wed." This ring, I thee wed. And we're going to put that one back on. And you know the drill. Left hand, magic words. "With this ring, I thee wed."
With this ring, I thee wed.
Okay, guys, we're going to take a little shuffle. You guys are going to come over to the candles. The words will tell you the most important things that you don't know about your individual candle. Justin and Amber will commemorate their marriage by lighting a unity candle. Light is the essence of our existence. Each one of us possesses an inner glow that represents our hopes, our dreams, and our aspirations in life. The two distinct candle flames represent your individual lives before this day. Individual, unique, and special. Please take the candle, symbolizing your life before today, and together light the center candle to symbolize the union of your individual lives. As this new flame burns undivided, so shall your lives now be one. From now on, your thoughts will always be for each other, rather than just your individual selves. Your plans will be mutual, your joys and sorrows, both will be shared alike. Although you are entering into a marriage relationship, you do not, however, lose your individual identity. Rather, you will use your individuality to create and to strengthen the relationship of marriage. Therefore, all three candles remain glowing. The individual candle represents all that makes each of you the person that the other admires and respects. The unity candle in the center symbolizes the union of your lives, your families and friends, as well as your shining commitment to each other and to a lasting and loving marriage.
Wedding dresses are impractical.
You've said the I do's, you've said your vows, and now both of you are wearing a wedding band on your hand. The next thing on my checklist is to pronounce you husband and wife. But before I do that, we're going to play a little game, kind of like Back to the Future in a way. What I want you to do is to take each other's hands, to look into each other's eyes, and to just lock into that look. Now, Justin and Amber, this is not a staring contest. You can blink. Just don't let go of each other's eyes. I want you to go back in time, to that time and that place where you realized that you were starting to fall in love with the person that's standing in front of you. To just think about that time and how that made you feel. Now, while we're in the past, I want you to come forward just a little bit to that time where you realized that you wanted to spend the rest of your life with the person that's standing in front of you. To think about that time and how that made you feel. Now I want you to jump into the future. 5 years from today, your 5th wedding anniversary. Where are you? What are you doing? But most importantly, who are you with? Let's jump again to 10 years, 20, 30. Now let's come back to this moment, right here, right now, in front of all of your friends and family, standing there hand in hand, looking into each other's eyes, and realizing for the very first moment that you are now husband and wife. Congratulations. Let's see that kiss. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a very sweet round of applause, and that was a very sweet first kiss as husband and wife. I'm glad it didn't land on the cheek. I think you folks can make a lot more noise than that, and I think you two can take that up to like PG-13 level, so let's do it again. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Justin Gavin. Go ahead.